Hey guys, Joe here from Everything Gaming 101. So this is a brand new channel. I'm going to do a lot of cool stuff, a lot of cool things coming our way. I do everything gaming, as given by the name, as you know. Anyway, my first ever video is going to be brought to you by, not by, but for Wise Schwartz. It's a really cool Bushy Road card game. Probably the only one I like at the moment, based off of every single anime you could ever enjoy. And the one I'm going to bring you today is Nisekoi, because you can't go wrong. It was honestly probably the first deck I've fully built. I'm just missing a couple of cards because I have a regional coming up this weekend. And who's my character based off of? None other than Chitoge Kirisaki, my personal favorite. Alright, anyway, onto the profile, because I'm sure you guys don't want to hear me babble, because this is probably the most fun part. Just zoom in a little bit. By the way, guys, I'm sorry about the lighting. My room is honestly terrible with this kind of stuff, and I'll probably change that soon. So anyway, onto the deck profile, because again, I'm sure you guys don't want to really hear me babble. So onto the first part, we've got our level 0s, if I can grab those, wherever they are. Now, don't mind that some of the cards aren't what I say they are, just because the fact that I'm proxying them at the moment. They are going to be here on Saturday because I need them in time for the regional in White Plains this weekend. So, again, don't mind those. So the first 4 cards we have are, and again, these are all English. These are Surprising Sight Chitoges. The Chitoge Vanillas are just kind of there at the moment in place of the Suiciders. She's just a really good card because you just sit there and just go, she's all the way over to the right, she's all the way over to the left. Oh, you're going to attack me in the center? I'm just going to pop her there and kill whatever level 0 is in front. It's just a really, really good card. Then I'm on to for Chitoge and Yukata. She's really good for that early game kind of rush, especially if you go second. She just kind of sits there, and she's got that really nice fuss. She's there by herself or with one other character on the board. She has the encore. Put one character from your hand into the waiting room, and she just sits there. So your opponent really can't get rid of her. She gets kind of annoying as time goes on. Then I've got 2 of the not good at romance Chitoges. She's honestly, she's okay, I guess. I personally don't like really moving things early game, especially with the Promised Pendants, because you usually want those there in Soul. Probably the best, or not in Soul, in Memory. I don't know, I'm thinking of Vanguard at the moment. Anyway, so usually want to cycle those, usually late game, if you want to get that last 2 Soul in. That's probably the best use for her. She's okay. She's not terrible. Not my personal favorite, though. And then on to 3. 2 of a kind Raku Ichijo. Oh, it's just Raku. Oh, that's his full name. Oh, well. So, but anyway, he's really good, especially since he combos with not good at romance Chitoge. You know what? I'm actually going to sit down in my chair because I am pulling a lot of shadows in here. Bear with me 1 second. That is so much better, and now you don't have to worry about me taking up all the light. So anyway, like I was saying before, she combos really well with him, when, especially late game, if you need to get something searched. If you have him sitting in hand and you have her on board, you just pop her on there and move the pendant from memory to waiting room, and he just ditch a character and then add that pendant and then switch it for a character that you actually need that turn. So I really like that combo, and on top of that, I like him better than the other assist characters because of the fact that no matter what, all other characters get plus 500. It doesn't matter if they're in front of it or not, just all other key characters are getting it, and everything in this deck is a key character. One of the last few grade 0s is the First Love Chitoge. She's really good. When everything becomes reversed, she gives plus 1k to something else. And her Brainstorm, I think, is okay, but it's really good to get that cycle. I personally like the other one better, which I'm about to use in a second. I don't really personally like using it, but it's just too good not to, and that is Swimsuit Marika. Her Brainstorm is honestly the best one out of the 2 Brainstormers because it's pay 1 and then rest 2, so you usually want to rest her and the other assist character, and usually it's a Raku Ichijo on my board. Mill top 4, and if any of them are climax cards, depending on how many there are, you search up to that many characters. It's just too good not to use. Use it. On to the next part. I think these should be the level 1s. I didn't grab them all. I should probably grab all those. Again, I'm still tinkering with builds, so if you guys have any ideas, questions, concerns, comments, or anything like that, please send me a comment. You can even send me a little message saying, hey, I think that card's terrible. I'd be like, well, why do you think it's terrible? And we can discuss it from there. So, onto the grade 1s as I am moving the camera everywhere. So I play 4 Weekend Date Chitoge. She's really good for a no-cost, just level 1 beat stick. She sits there and says for each card in your memory named Promised Pendant, she gets plus 2k. So if she's getting plus 2k for each one, you get all 4 in there, which is very, very, very easy to do. She's getting plus 8,000 for no reason. She becomes a 12,500 beater just for having 4 Promised Pendants. So late game, if your opponent just has things that you just really need to kind of, not really avoid, but you kind of want to kill them off so that way they don't really have characters to play, you just drop her late game for nothing, and you just get the stock off of her attack. It's just too good not to use. That's why I run 4. Then I run 3. I was running 4 of these before, but she wasn't all that, especially with the combo, is the Chitoge as Juliet. So she basically combos on with the Climax card called Beloved Juliet. So if you say, pop her on field, she gives herself plus 1,500, so she's a 6k beat stick, only for that turn, sadly. But if you get Beloved Juliet, if you're running out of cards, you can just play that, pay 2 stock, and you just get another character. It's, again, too good not to play. Then we've got 2 of the backup of Thoughtfulness Raku. I personally don't like playing the Seishiro, even though she gives an extra plus 500. I just don't like paying early cost. It's not my favorite thing in the world to do. So I honestly like him just because the fact that, again, no cost, you just put it in her waiting room and give plus 1,500. I don't mind the minus 500 miss because of the fact that I have assist characters, and I usually see them fairly often. And they're searchable, so there's really no reason to play Seishiro, in my opinion, as far as the backup. So then we play 4 Promised Pendants. In order to play Nisekoi, you basically have to play this. These 3 are obviously different than this one. These 3 say pay 1, search your card for any key character, add it to your hand, and then this card goes to memory, which gives you your boosts on the other cards like Weekend Date Chitoge and a couple other cards coming up. So once it's in memory, it'll give that boost, not necessarily by this card's effect, but by the other effects. And this Promised Pendant is honestly probably my favorite tech, even though, again, I don't like Marika, but I just have to deal with it, unfortunately. This one says, especially late game if you need those characters, or if you want to get that level 2 changer out, you can basically say, play this, tap your 2 assist characters, and search your waiting room, or in pay 1, I'm sorry, search your waiting room for 2 characters, add them to your hand, and then send a, I think, character from your hand to your waiting room, or just a card? Just any card, so it doesn't even necessarily have to be a character. It's a really good cycler. Especially if you're milling with the brainstorms. She's really good to fetch everything that you need. I just, again, don't like Marika. I don't... why couldn't that be Chitoge's brainstorm? Anyway, that's besides the point. The last 2 level 1s that I play are the Chitoge Out of the Bath. She's honestly my favorite level 1 character. Actually, second favorite level 1 character, I should say. Because of the fact that she has the automatic ability of the Encore. That you could just put a character from your hand into your waiting room, and she just stays there. And no matter what, all the time, as long as you have 2 other characters, which usually are the assist characters that are behind her, she gets plus 1k. So she's a 7k just sitting there that your opponent cannot get rid of. On to the level 2s, I think. How many cards do I have left in here? 3, 4, there we go. That's all of our level 2s. So, my favorite sleeves ever. I finally got them, guys! Took me long enough. So anyway, on to level 2s. I've got 3 Swimsuit Chitoge. My favorite level 2 to play, because usually by here you'll have at least 2 to 3 Promised Pendants in your memory. And then you just drop her for a 1-cost level 2. And she's automatically right at the bat at least a 8-5. At least. But usually, again, by this turn I have 2 or 3 in memory. So she's, for me, no matter what, either a 9-5 or a 10-5. Just a really, really, really good beater at level 2. And that is Swimsuit Chitoge. On to the last few. I play 2 Lovers Chitoge. This one's honestly I tech it for decks such as Sword Art Online because of the fact that they have the effects that make them go up a level. So if they go up a level and they're getting the plus, I think like 1 or 2k off of the boosts that they get from going up a level as well, this just bounces it back to their hand, and then they lose all of that. And they just feed off of gaining the level, gaining the level, gaining the level. So this is probably the best counter to that. I think there's other decks that do it. I haven't really gotten into it. But this will definitely counteract that, which is really, really, really nice. And especially when you combo it with the Climax card, which is False Love. She gains, that's the ability I was telling you about. When you attack, you can pay, I think it's 2 stock, and then bounce 2 characters from your opponent's side of the field to their hand. Probably not the best effect, but it's really not bad, because I don't like it when my opponent has extra resources to play, but sometimes you just kind of need it, especially if you're playing against Sword Art Online, and it's just a searchable counter to it, which is really amazing. And then the last 2 level 2s I play are the Ties with You Chitoge. These I really like. I know some people are kind of iffy about these, but I play these because of the fact that if I'm at level 2, normally by the time I get there in all the games that I've played, I usually have like 7 or 8 stock. And if I've got 7 or 8 stock, there's no reason to not drop this and grab a level 3 Chitoge and just get all of their effects. They're just really, really strong to combo together, especially if you know that your opponent really doesn't have much. Then you just go drop, change, level 3, shake hands, possible GG. It's usually more than likely GG. Second to last but not least, I'm sorry, is the level 3s. So this one personally is very techy. This one is the one from the trial deck. So this one is my one and only Chitoge Kirisaki. I'm gonna change this soon. I played this because I honestly got it out of the trial deck from an ARG I went to in Rhode Island, which was kind of sweet. I was like, you know what, I can't not play it because it's Chitoge. I just have to. And there's a specific reason as to why I picked her as the character I wanted to play for Nisekoi, but I'll get to that in a second. But anyway, this is going to be switched for Deep Friendship Chitoge fairly soon. But I tech her. She's really fun, and on top of that too, it's literally the same image on the sleeve. You can't go wrong. And then the last level 3s I have are 3 versions of the one Chitoge. Not 3 different versions, I'm sorry, but it's all the same card. Just this one's SP. I love it. It's absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, this card is mainly the reason why I actually chose to play this deck. Otherwise, I was probably going to go Sword Art Online or Attack on Titan or something like that. But I was at the ARG, and I'll tell you this quick story. I was at the ARG, and they had boxes. They weren't supposed to tell anybody. I guess they weren't even supposed to bring them. And they did. And I asked them, I said, hey, do you guys have any, of these boxes? Because I saw that these were being sold for way too much in some places. They were being sold for like $90. For some godforsaken reason, I don't know why. He goes, yeah, sure, man. Give me $60 and the box is yours. I said, wait a second, so each box in this thing is 60? He goes, yes. I said, I will take this and a box of Fairy Tail. He said, you got it. And my first pack in, I actually pulled this. It was really sweet, and I was really, really, really happy about it. And I will never, ever forget that day. But yes, that's why I play this deck. This is my eternal waifu blonde girl Chitoge deck. Anyway, so the effect for this card is when it's placed on stage from either your hand or by a change effect, no matter which one, you draw 2 cards and then you send 1 to grave. And then it combos really well with the Climax card Diary because it says when a Climax card Diary is placed on the stage, it gets the following ability, which it gets plus 3,500, plus 3,000 power, not 3,500. That'd be a little too much more. And until the end of turn, it only activates up to once per turn. If your opponent cancels the damage that she would deal, then deal 1 damage to your opponent. So it's really good for that late game burn. So I like when my opponent's at 6 damage, I didn't get a chance to kill them yet, and they're on level 3 already, and I just need to do that 1 last damage. If they cancel this attack, it's just going to get burned, and that's why I really like her, especially for late game. And I also can't wait to get my Deep Friendship Chitoges to actually heal myself with, because I die fairly quickly sometimes, depending on the deck I'm playing against. And then the last part of the day is the 8 Climax cards that we use. So now I do a variety. I know normally people do 4 and 4. I decided to go 3, 3, and 2. So I decided to play 3 Diary. This is the combo with what's her name? The one Chitoge. That's it. This combos with it, and this card says when you place it on the Climax, it gets, or you choose a character, it gets plus 2 soul when you draw a card. Not my favorite effect, but it just combos really well, especially for that late game finish. So I really don't mind using this. And on top of that, too, I'm usually drawing cards. I usually end up with no less than 5 or 6 cards in hand. Then we got 3 of the False Love, or Fake Love, I'm sorry. So this is the one that everyone usually loves. This is the give all characters on the stage plus 1k and plus 1 soul. It's a really good card, and then it combos with that Lover's Chitoge at level 2. It's not my go-to climax card, because normally I have something to combo off of. But other than that, especially if you're going for like that late game push and you know your opponent has all those climax cards in waiting room, you just drop this and just deal them a lot of damage. It's a really, really nice card, with a really, really nice effect on top of that. And then the last 2 I play are the last 2 combos, which are the Beloved Juliets. These are also the effect of doing the +2 and a soul and then draw a card. But it combos, again, to basically play, for all you Vanguard players out there, Royal Paladins. You just go pay 2 when this card's placed on stage for Beloved Juliet, or Chitoge's Juliet. Then put something level 1 or lower on your stage and just shuffle your deck. It's a really good play if you have nothing else in hand. It's just a very fun combo. And if for some reason you can't get it off, then at least the level 1 Chitoge is just fodder to put into your level zone. At least that's what I think. If you guys have any, again, ideas or anything like that, please feel free to let me know. I will be more than happy to take opinions into consideration. But yeah, that is so far my Chitoge Blonde Girl Waifu deck, as everybody likes to call it. So anyway, I got something really fun for you guys as well, since this is my first video in a very, very, very long time. Don't mind me, I'm zooming out because you guys all need to see this. I will be doing a giveaway for all of my people who decide to like, comment, watch, and subscribe. It would mean a lot if you do, and I'm trying to get this channel going. I'm looking to do a lot more giveaways. I'm looking to do video game giveaways, boxes, playmats, anything you can possibly name, high-end singles, anything I can get my hands on, I'm looking to give away. And the first giveaway I'm going to be doing is actually for a playmat for all you Persona fans out there. I will be giving away this really, 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 really nice Persona 4 Y Shores mat. I never used it, and now I just want it to go to a good home. And I think this would be an awesome giveaway prize for my first ever video. So like I said, guys, like, comment, subscribe, give me a watch, give me a like, and give me any comments if you have anything I could do possibly different or anything you would like to see. Please feel free to let me know. This is Joe from Everything Gaming 101, signing out, and I'll see you later.